It's moving at a velocity of about 135,000 miles per hour, so it's going really fast. For that distance from the sun, this is really exceptional.
It's happening. This October, two objects from deep space will fly side by side, disappearing behind the sun where no telescope on Earth can see them. One is a mystery craft with a nuclear core. The other is a behemoth 100 times larger that just showed up out of the darkness. It's like a cosmic chase scene unfolding right above our heads. For years, people have looked at the stars and wondered, but the data coming back from these two visitors is changing everything. Some experts are saying this isn't a coincidence. It's a planned event, and we are about to be front-row spectators. The shadow from Aquarius. Something enormous is cutting through the blackness of space, and it's headed our way. On September 12, 2025, an instrument called the Swan, floating aboard the Soho spacecraft, saw something it shouldn't have. It wasn't a comet, it wasn't an asteroid, it was a faint smudge that quickly grew into a presence so massive it defied all expectations. This object was given a name, C2025 R2 Swan, or Swan R2 for short. But calling this thing a comet is like calling a shark a goldfish. Initial observations were so wild that many astronomers thought their equipment was malfunctioning. Swan R2 was 100 times bigger and brighter than 3I Atlas, another weird visitor that had already put the scientific community on edge. Its tail wasn't the gentle, dusty trail of a melting ice ball. No, this tail was 2.5 degrees long. To put that in perspective, that's about the width of 5 full moons lined up in the sky. It was a brilliant, powerful plume stretching across the cosmos. Get this. The object itself was shrieking in from the direction of the constellation Aquarius, a silent behemoth on a very precise path. Its journey will bring it incredibly close to our sun, about 150 million kilometers away, in October of 2025. That's roughly the same distance as the Earth is from the sun. The power and scale of Swan R2 are simply off the charts. It's like finding out a skyscraper is moving through the ocean, but on a cosmic scale that is hard to even wrap your head around. The object is so large and so bright that it's forcing a complete reevaluation of what could be traveling between the stars. It is a silent arrival that has sent shockwaves through the halls of astronomy. A cosmic monster is now in our backyard. Before this new giant showed up, there was another puzzle. It was an object called 3I Atlas. This smaller object was the first sign that our solar system was about to get very interesting. 3I Atlas appeared from the opposite direction of the sky, emerging from Sagittarius, right near the glowing heart of the Milky Way galaxy. It was on its own collision course with destiny, scheduled to swing past our sun in that same critical month, October 2025, but 3I Atlas was no ordinary space rock. When scientists pointed their best instruments at it, the readings that came back were stunning. Spectroscopic scans, which are basically a way to see what something is made of from millions of miles away, revealed it was a solid body of nickel. Not nickel iron, which is common in asteroids, just nickel. It's a metal blend that you just don't find in nature. It's the kind of thing you find in advanced industrial manufacturing. It was the first red flag. The object was artificial. Then came the power source. As it got closer, instruments detected a 10 gigawatt nuclear core radiating from inside 3I Atlas. That's a staggering amount of energy, roughly 50 times the output of the Chernobyl reactor at its peak. What in the cosmos needs that kind of power? But the weirdness didn't stop there. Its comet tail was behaving like engine thrust. Instead of a wide, dusty fan, it was shooting out a tight, focused beam of carbon dioxide. Then, as it neared the sun, the exhaust changed color from a deep red to a vibrant green. One top mind, Avi Loeb, called this thrust mix modulation. In plain English, the craft was adjusting its burn, changing its engine output as it traveled. This wasn't a dead piece of rock, it was a machine. A probe. And it was headed for a very specific point in space at a very specific time. It's funny when you think about it, this thing was acting more like a military drone than a celestial object. A small, powerful, and deeply mysterious craft from the galactic core was here. And it turns out, it wasn't alone. The little drone was about to meet its mothership. No coincidence. Here is where the story takes a turn from unbelievable to downright terrifying. Swan R2, the giant from Aquarius, and 3I Atlas, the nuclear drone from Sagittarius, are converging. They are arriving at the sun at almost the exact same time. They will swing around our star in October 2025, nearly side by side on a cosmic scale. At first, they will be separated by a gap of 50 million kilometers. That sounds like a lot, but in the vastness of space, that's like two ships passing each other in the same harbor. And as their speeds change from the sun's gravity, that gap is expected to shrink. This is the part that has astronomers holding their breath. Their orbits are timed so perfectly that they are expected to vanish behind the sun simultaneously, completely hidden from our telescopes on Earth. For a period of time, we will be blind to whatever happens next. Think about the odds. Two highly anomalous objects arriving from opposite ends of the galaxy, meeting at the same place at the same time. The chances of this being a natural coincidence are not just small, they are practically zero. This isn't random. This looks planned. What happens when they meet? What happens in the darkness on the far side of the sun? Will they communicate? Will they dock? Or is this something more hostile? The bigger object has been compared to a warship and the smaller one to a drone. Is the warship coming to collect its drone, or is it coming to destroy it? We have no way of knowing. All we can do is watch as these two titans of the cosmos race toward their meeting point on a schedule set thousands of years ago by an intelligence we can't begin to comprehend. This isn't just an astronomical event, it feels like an appointment. The two visitors are about to go dark. Let's talk about what makes Swan R2 more than just a big object. As our best telescopes got a clearer look, the data painted a picture of something that could only be described as a piece of advanced, non-human technology. Scientists were able to detect what was wrapped around its massive body. It was a silver plasma shield. This is not science fiction, this is what the readings are showing. An electromagnetic barrier, humming with energy, capable of bending the solar wind and deflecting harmful radiation. It's the perfect defense for a long journey through interstellar space. Beneath that shimmering shield, the readings indicate a hull made of nickel-cobalt armor. This isn't just a rock, it's a fortress. It's engineered. The very idea is mind-bending, but the evidence doesn't stop there. The exhaust coming from Swan R2 is just as unnatural as its armor. It's a dense plasma made of nickel and cobalt iron mixed with carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. This composition isn't what you see from a comet. Instead, it strongly suggests a directed plasma engine, a propulsion system far beyond anything humanity has ever built. This object isn't just moving, it's pushing itself through space. It has a purpose. It has a direction. It has defenses. It's a self-contained vessel designed for a mission. The sheer scale of the engineering is staggering. To build something this large, this powerful, and this durable would require a civilization that has mastered physics in ways we can only dream of. The object has been described as a silver plasma fortress, and the description fits perfectly. We are not looking at a natural phenomenon. We are looking at a statement. This fortress was built for a very long war. Two black holes colliding. If the armor and shield are shocking, the power source of Swan R2 is simply godlike. Deep within the nickel-cobalt hull, nestled behind the shimmering plasma shield, is a core that is putting out over 10,000 gigawatts of energy every single second. That number is so large, it's almost meaningless. To try and put it into perspective, scientists have compared it to the energy released by two black holes colliding, but somehow scaled down, contained, and controlled within the heart of the machine. Let's compare that to the smaller object, 3I Atlas. Its 10-gigawatt nuclear reactor was already 50 times more powerful than Chernobyl. Swan R2's power core is 1,000 times more powerful than that. It is an energy source so immense, it could likely power our entire planet for years. What kind of civilization creates such a power source? And for what purpose? This isn't just for keeping the lights on, this is power on a level that can shape worlds, move stars, or obliterate anything that gets in its way. This incredible engine explains the object's long journey. NASA and JPL, after analyzing its trajectory, made a chilling discovery. Swan R2 isn't just a one-time visitor flying by. Its orbit is bound to our sun. The math shows it returns like clockwork every 22,554 years. This isn't a random encounter, it's a scheduled visit, a patrol. It comes, it does whatever it's here to do, and then it leaves, only to return on a timetable that is older than human civilization itself. It is a timeless, patient, and unbelievably powerful guardian or warden of our solar system. Its last visit coincides with a major event on Earth. That orbital period of 22,000 years is a number that should send a shiver down your spine. When did Swan R2 last visit our solar system? Roughly 22,000 years ago. What was happening on Earth at that time? It was the end of the last ice age, a period of immense climate upheaval and a critical turning point for early humanity. It's funny when you think about it, right around that time, something changed. Humans started building massive monolithic structures and creating the first detailed star maps. This is where archaeologist Graham Hancock's team enters the picture. They suggest a radical idea. What if our ancient ancestors saw this object? What if its arrival was such a profound event that they encoded its return schedule into their temples and monuments? Could the myths of gods descending from the heavens be a memory of this colossal plasma fortress visiting our skies? It's a wild theory, but the timing is incredibly suspicious. It's as if humanity was given a push, a spark of knowledge that coincided with the last arrival of this object. So, what is its purpose? If it's on a routine schedule, it could be doing maintenance. Perhaps it's collecting plasma fuel from our sun, adjusting a hidden network of sensors, or downloading data from secret stations planted in our solar system millennia ago. Or maybe its purpose is darker. Perhaps it has come to deal with 3I Atlas. Is it here to collect its lost probe, to recover its power core, or to eliminate a rival? Some have even speculated these are two probes from an ancient cosmic conflict still fighting over resources like our sun. And Avi Loeb asks the most disturbing question of all: why are we seeing so many of these anomalies now? First Oumuamua in 2017, then 3I Atlas, and now the giant Swan R2. For over half a century, humanity has been screaming its existence into the cosmos with radio waves. Maybe our signals finally reached a listener. Maybe we just woke up a dormant surveillance network that has been watching us for a very, very long time. Our broadcasts may have triggered an ancient alarm. A conspiracy of silence. With all of this incredible data, with evidence pointing to two artificial objects meeting in our solar system with power sources beyond our comprehension, you would expect one thing: a statement. An announcement from NASA, from the ESA, from any official government or space agency on the planet. Yet, what we have heard is a deafening silence. There has been no press conference, no official confirmation, no attempt to prepare the public for what is about to happen. Why? Why the silence? Are they afraid of causing a panic, or is it because they have no answers? Is it possible that the people in charge are just as confused and terrified as anyone else, or is the truth something far more complicated? The lack of any official word is perhaps the most unnerving part of this entire event. It leaves us with only the data, the theories, and a growing sense of dread. We are watching the approach of what could be the most significant event in human history, and the authorities are completely silent. But maybe the silence isn't because they don't know what's happening. Maybe it's because they do, and the truth is too much for us to handle. Get this. The theories of a simple patrol or a maintenance checkup are unsettling enough, but some analysts digging deeper into the strange orbital mechanics are proposing ideas that are far, far wilder. One of the most disturbing theories is that our solar system isn't a free and open space. It's a preserve, a quarantine zone. In this scenario, the colossal Swan R2 isn't a warship, it's a warden. Its 22,000-year orbit isn't a patrol, it's a routine inspection. The thing is, this theory suggests that something on Earth, perhaps humanity itself, is being deliberately contained. 3I Atlas, the smaller nuclear-powered object, might not be a friendly drone. It could be an unauthorized entry, a poacher trying to steal biological data, or worse, a test probe from another power checking the defenses of this cosmic cage. Swan R2's arrival, then, is a response. It's the warden arriving to deal with an intruder. It's a chilling thought. Are we being protected from the dangers of the galaxy, or is the galaxy being protected from us? Then there's an even more humbling theory: the gardeners. What if these objects are part of a vast, slow-moving terraforming project that began millions of years ago? It's funny when you think about it, we see ourselves as the pinnacle of evolution on this planet. But what if we are just part of the local wildlife in a garden being cultivated for someone else? Swan R2's massive power core isn't just for propulsion. It could be a tool for manipulating planetary environments on a massive scale. Its meeting with 3I Atlas might be a critical phase of the operation. the drone delivering a status report before the main machine begins its work. Maybe it's not here for us at all. Maybe we're just ants in a field that's about to be plowed. In this version of reality, humanity isn't important enough to talk to. We're just part of the scenery. But not all the wild theories are so passive. A darker idea has emerged from the fringes, one that casts these objects as cosmic harvesters. Our sun is a thermonuclear furnace of unimaginable power, a nearly limitless energy source. What if an ancient, hyper-advanced civilization doesn't need to build static structures like Dyson spheres to capture that energy? What if they built mobile platforms, colossal tankers that travel from star to star, siphoning off the plasma they need to fuel their civilization? In this terrifying scenario, 3I Atlas was the scout, a tiny probe sent to analyze our star and confirm it was a viable resource. Now, Swan R2, the tanker, the harvester, has arrived to begin the extraction. Its rendezvous behind the sun isn't a meeting. It's the start of a mining operation that could destabilize our star in ways we can't even predict. And finally, there is the theory of the ancestral arc. This idea connects the object's arrival to our own deep past. What if Swan R2 is not just a machine, but a vessel carrying the last remnants of its creators? Not as living beings, but as digital consciousness or a genetic codex, stored for eons. Its 22,000-year orbit is a cycle of survival, a desperate search for a new home. Its last visit coincided with the dawn of human civilization. Now it has returned, and it's meeting 3I Atlas, a data-gathering probe. Perhaps the probe's mission was to determine if humanity has evolved enough or if Earth is finally ready. The rendezvous could be the final data transfer before a decision is made. Are we about to witness the rebirth of a species that has been sleeping on our doorstep for longer than we've been building cities? Any one of these possibilities would be world-breaking. And it brings us back to the silence. How could any government possibly tell its citizens the truth? How do you announce to the world that it might be a cosmic prison, a garden, a gas station, or a potential new home for a sleeping alien god? The thing nobody tells you is that maybe the silence isn't a conspiracy to hide the truth. Maybe it's a desperate attempt to hold our fragile world together for just a few more days before the truth reveals itself to all of us. The truth is coming whether we are ready for it or not. As these two objects disappear behind the sun, what will emerge on the other side? Like and subscribe for more updates.